Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great day. We had a lot of things popping up here looking good. I mean, the Mag 7 was looking pretty good. Besides Apple, it didn't look so bad today. I think we're going to have a bouncer right there. So we're going to go over all them, obviously. Tesla was down. It's getting set up, but Microsoft and NVIDIA were flying up, looking great, and everything AI is going up. So let's take a look and see what's going on, what's going to be popping tomorrow. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Here we go. Let's rock and roll and see what's happening here. I would say let's start out with GCTK. Just had a little bit of pullback today. It wasn't anything too crazy. Down 2 cents, but still getting set up, guys. So it ran up. A lot of these you can play the little run up and then play the pullback and then play the other pop up. So, or you can just get them at the bottom down here. We knew it was down there at like 6 cents and maybe just let it run up, pull back and let it run up again. However you want to play it, but that's what you've been seeing lately. They come out of that bottom or out of the basement a little bit off the bottom. They pop up, pull back, go flat, and then try to run up again. So I have a feeling this glucose track is going to get back on track and start moving again. So we'll be looking at it tomorrow, but it does not look bad today. I can tell you that. Just a little bit of pullback. And that blue hat right there, let's look at that. I just want to see GCTK on mine real quick. Just see how, oh yeah, it doesn't look bad. Just like I said, just a little bit of pullback. I think I looked at it in the after hours because I was looking at that and B hat. This one did not look bad. Looks like it's trying to get curled up here. Actually looked pretty good towards the end of the day. I mean, it didn't look bad at all towards the middle of the day, but it looked much better towards the end. It was just like 6 across the board. It did run a little bit, but it didn't get up to like 7, I don't think, or anything crazy. It might have dipped down into like the high fives, but nothing crazy. But yeah, B hat setting up right here, and that is your blue hat interactive entertainment. It is looking pretty good right there. Keep an eye on that. This one I'm starting to really like. I don't even know where it's at on the scanner. I saw it the other day. It grabbed my attention. It's been like kind of setting up right here. The CYN. It is sitting right on that bottom line right there. It's crossed through, had a little pullback, but ran back up a little bit today. Opened up almost right under 56. It got up to 57, came back to 52, and then it closed at like 55. It says it pulled back a little bit. Let me just see what mine says here. And it does say 54, but I'm telling you, it does not look bad. That 20's coming down right there. This thing looks like it's trying to set up in the next few days. So just keep your eye on this thing. I think it's getting set up here, CYN. So we will keep an eye on that one. PDYN, let's look at that because it's been running up here. It looks like it still wants to get curled up and run. It's a software company here. And PDYN, let's see. It does look like it's going to try to get curled up here. It ran today. I know that 901 to 1186. It's at 940. So we'll look at it in the morning. Just make sure that it still has that upward momentum. It does look bullish. It could just like kind of pull back. I don't know if it's ready to pop through that MACD. So we'll look at that and just make sure it wants to. And that's PDYN. It's been running up. LAC, that one bounced back down, but I thought it was a great opportunity right here. So I was looking at it today. And LAC not looking bad on that pullback. Let's see tomorrow if it can roll off that MACD, bounce back off of this support line at 310 area and get moving again. It's just in that little channel. Make sure it stays in this channel right here, and then it wants to get squeezed up in a few days, maybe next week. And that is a mining company, industrial mining, metals and mining, LAC, that Lithium Americas Corp. So we'll keep an eye on that because it could be getting set up there, and it did grab my attention. We've been looking at it as I was going through the list. I said, oh, that one might be a really good setup right there now. So let's watch it. And this SYRS was looking a little better today. It's still down at the bottom, just making a base down here. And I don't think it's looking too bad. And like I said, this thing, it took a little while the last time we liked it for it to pop off. It had all that insider buying, and it ran like crazy. We were super early, probably 3 weeks to a month, and I might have picked it up a little bit early again, as usual. But we'll watch for these bottom little dips. That bottom, I'm pretty sure, is at like 19 and a half. It's over 20 and a half right now. So Keep an eye out for any dips on that SYRS, and I think it's going to try to get set up again. And this TRNR did pull back today. It was down pretty good. It opened at 258. Its high was 266. It got down to 235. I was going to say it did have a good pullback there, and that might be that dip and rip look, guys. Keep an eye on this thing. It does look like it wants to bounce off the bottom. As a matter of fact, me and Barbara have been talking about it. She asked about this thing, and I've been keeping an eye on it. I thought it was going to run before, and it kind of pulled back here, but now it looks like it does want to kind of bounce off. So it did get stuck in that pullback when everything started to pull back there. Let me just see right here, and yeah, it's right over the MACD, and it could easily try to roll off it tomorrow. Had to get set back up. Like I said, I thought it was going to run up there probably right about here that January 6th and 7th. It started to, and then it just fell apart on the 8th. So it did look much better, and it still doesn't look bad. So keep an eye on this TRNR. A lot of times when I look at them and I'm a couple weeks early and they make that base and then make this nice little dip and rip is exactly what it looks like. So down to 235 today. So that could be a great opportunity. Just keep your eyes on this in the morning. And that's at TRNR. And I'll mark that to check it out in the morning because I'm telling you, it has that setup look. So I'll even put a 3 on it. And DEVS, that Devs was looking great the other day. I think it is still getting set up. It ran up. What was that? January 17th, so last Friday, and it's been pulling back a little bit this week. Not looking too bad. It actually jumped up in the after hours. It looks like to 60 cents. It says there. Let me see. DEVS and. Yeah, I think it's getting curled up. It tried to right here a couple days ago, like I said, on that Friday. And then we had the holiday, the 3-day weekend, and we opened up. It just couldn't do it on Tuesday. And then today, it's just getting set up there. So keep your eye on this DEVS dev stream is what it's called, DEVS. And it is looking pretty good to try to get set up there. So we'll watch that one, see when that one wants to roll. And the COEP, I meant to mention it again today. I know somebody on Stock Twits is all over it. I just can't remember their name. And it's been popping up here in the top, and we've been looking at it. We looked at it way down here. It's at 1080. So, yeah, this thing's probably run over 100% at this point. I'll look after the show and see. But it is way up there. It ran today 987 to 1080. And it closed at 1080. So I would look at this thing for some momentum plays tomorrow in the morning, guys. And again, we've been watching it, and it's been just stayed up here. It's like Copetis. I don't even know how to say it. Therapeutics Holding, COEPTIS. I swear it's like a game show. I try to say the names of these companies. I just every time they look weird, I have to try to say it. It's kind of weird to me, but maybe it's a fun thing with my brain injury because I cannot pronounce any of them. It's wild. I'm like, I don't even know what that's called. Coepitus. I don't even. My wife would be cracking up. She loves when I look at things and I do that, especially now since my brain injury. It's all like crazy. But anyway, good times to laugh at yourself. And again, but yeah, I don't know the name of the company. I don't usually know the names of any of the companies, but this thing's been blast off. I bet we're over 100% on it at this point. And that is that COEP right there. So I'll look at it tomorrow. Like I said, I would watch it first thing in the morning. It's in the top momentum play, if anything, first thing in the morning. SENS. This one was running today, and this one had looked good. Remember, medical device company. That one was in the top and starting and still curling up. Another one could continue to be that momentum play. So we had that, and that was running up for us. That rhyme is just setting right up right there. It's on that support line, or it's trying to set up off that support line. It's not curled up yet. It could take a few days, but it will. So just watch for any little dips or pullback on RIME, and it is getting set up though. So just again, watch for any pullback dips, the best price down there, and RIME will get set up. And let me see, I meant to click on it on here. And yeah, it's just it's curled through coming down, and so now it's going to work its way back up. It's just got to make that little base, that curl up, and get rolling. So it will do it. It's just a matter of time. And let's look at SNSE real quick. That's Sensei Biotherapeutics was up another penny. And I'll tell you what, you might want to look at this bad boy tomorrow morning because this thing's about to pop, and I bet it will tomorrow. It looked really good today, and I think it's trying to get set up to really run there. So I would keep an eye on this SNSE. Good old Sensei. I know we've looked at it before. Stock Authority was on this one, and remember, it ran up. We watched it pull back. We knew it was. It did have that real good pop up there on like January 8th, and now that 20 and 50 are meeting up right there, and they are looking good. So I would keep an eye on that SNSE for tomorrow for sure, and it is looking good right there. So there you go with that one. And let's take a look at MDAI. It seems like anything with AI in its name is going to be running right now. And this one did pop up today. It ran from what, 242 to 270 down to 202. It closed at 215. It's kind of in a channel. I would watch for it to try to pull back in the low, like into the 198s, maybe $2, and bounce right around this channel right here, around like this 230. So it's at 215 right now, getting set up, and it's called Spectral AI. And yeah, MDAI not looking too bad. It's a medical device company. And again, these medical device companies with AI in them, that's going to be the future, it seems like. So keep your eye out on for this one because it could be popping. And we'll definitely keep this on a list. Actually, we'll make a list of these guys. I'll go through and see which ones are good for that, and we'll see what's going on. So if you guys know any good medical AI companies, just shoot them on over, and we'll make a little list. And I've been kind of compiling a list of good ones that'll probably be poppers for the Trump administration. And these things probably will run in little trends. So, like AI is going to be popping, then the next thing's going to be popping. So, you just want to have your list ready and be prepared because you're like, oh, today's the AI sector because they just said something about that. Tomorrow's aerospace and defense because they said something about that. And just know exactly where we're going, which ones are going to be getting set up, and which ones we want to look at. So I was going to start to make a list of them. So I'll probably get that all finished this weekend. So we're all set up and ready to rock and roll because I'm telling you, things are crazy. Things are just moving, crypto, everything. I'm telling you, it's wild. It's been what, a day, and things are nutty. So it's just the beginning. Let me look at this one. Somebody asked about SVUHF, and I don't even see it. They said it used to be SVMH. I guess it changed its name. That I Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, they'll say January 21st was the last day, so it must have happened yesterday. And I honestly don't even see anything for the new thing. Let me look down. It does say they got delisted, something like that. So I'm not sure where it's at. I just looked on mine. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, that SVMH looks like it got delisted back there. Laptop Travel saying it did. And you want to talk about some craziness? It just reverse split January 15th, and then on the 17th they get delisted. You want to see why you don't mess with these penny stocks a whole lot. This was at like 2 cents. We ran this up a few times there, and a couple good pops there, and but that's why you can't hold on to these things. This is exactly why I stopped playing with these things. There's just too many reverse splits and just nonsense that just catches you like out of nowhere. I mean, who the hell's following SVMH that close that you're just going to know that's going to reverse split and then delist? I mean, who knows their news that well? So, yeah, they just got really difficult. I'm not going to lie. These penny stocks, they kind of made it almost, I won't say impossible. Anything's possible. It's just not easy. It's way easier to play the bigger ones, the safer ones. And honestly, you even hit higher percentages because these things move so fast. So unless you can immediately get them and lock them in up there, chances are you're probably going to do better on the big one because you have plenty of time to lock in your profits at any point. You can even miss a day, sleep through a day, and the next day you'll still be up. So it's a big difference in between pennies and big caps. So just remember that. And here we go. And that's just a good example. SVMH. We were following that thing. And yeah, now it's delisted and no longer with us. So there you go. It'll probably pick up on the or OTC market, but it's not there. FDCT. I don't see that either. Let me see if that's over here. FDCT. Let's see. I do see that now. FDC Tech. And that is probably an OTC. I didn't look when it said it. Yeah, it is. It definitely is an OTC. Or it opened at 13. Its high was like 13 and a half, and its low is like 6 cents. Wow, this had a nice dip. I would say this is coming down. So it looks like FDCT. It looks like it wants to come down. And again, I just get the one look on it, but that doesn't look great. WKHS, that looks like it's about to hit the bottom. So we might want to keep an eye on this workhorse auto manufacturer over here and see what they're up to. It almost looks like it could hit the bottom or the basement the way it's looking. So I have to check this out tomorrow, guys, and see if it wants to stop right there on that bottom line and try to reverse its way back up. So I'll keep an eye on this one. Let me give that a quick mark to take a peek at because it could be a bigger dip than we want it. Well, not that we care. I'm not in it. I don't know if anyone is in it, but it looks like it could get into the basement there, and then it would be a great opportunity. So workhorse we'll take a look at. SEDG. Here we go with Solar Edge Technologies. This one's setting up. It just has some great pullback right now. And I've noticed that with a lot of these smaller caps, they look like they're setting up, and a lot of them are pulling back. And again, these big caps are kind of taking all the money and the action, it seems like. So usually when the big caps get hot, these small caps cool down and vice versa. So that's why we do play these small caps way more as the big caps are, getting beat down. They were getting beat down for 2 weeks, and you've seen some major runs in these penny stocks. So we were popping them all over the place, and now it's just kind of reversing a little bit, which is perfectly fine. That's why it's good to be able to play both sides of the market like that, and even be able to understand the put side too, because the big caps are nice to put down when they're really coming down, because they go down but probably faster than they go up. That's everything does. So let's look at SEDG and take a look at this Solar Edge. And like I said, it's setting up, pulling back here, and had some nice pullback. 1354 down to 1286. It's at 1303. And it does look like it's going to try to pull back a little bit more. So we'll find that bottom, and it'll get set up right there, Solar Edge. So we'll keep an eye on that bad boy and see when that wants to get set up. And KULR, this one's looking good, guys. I know I posted about it, and it was up today, and it probably pulled back a little bit, and that's fine. I said watch for it to pull back and dip. It just caught my eye, and I didn't want to forget about it. But yeah, it's curling up really nice. It's in between a channel, and its low would be like 183. I don't think it's coming down there. The low is 181, and like I said, I don't think it's going to be down that low, to be honest with you. And it can get up to 305. It's at 256. Today it went 238 to 272, and it's at 256, like I said, and it is curling up. KULR, watch for a little pullback because it ran up, but definitely looking good right there. Trying to get set up, I would say, for KULR. And this VKTX, I'll tell you what, this is one to put some eyes on, guys, because it looks like it wants to get cruising right now. It might look like one of the better ones, Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez, and I know they have options because I was looking at them today, and they're not even expensive because it's only $34 stock. And yeah, it looks really good. As soon as it gets through this 3620, which it could tomorrow, it's going up in the 20s right there at like 39, and that shouldn't be a problem either. So take a look at this VKTX. It is looking good, and that's that Viking one. We had looked at it before. It is curling up really good. I could see it getting up into that 39 area tomorrow almost. So take a look at this bad boy and see what it wants to do right there, because it does look really, really good. And GNS, let's look at that Genius Group right here. Oh, that's getting to be in a good spot, guys. I know we were looking at it the other day, and it was trying to get set up. The bottom here is like 0.5670. It's in like the 67 cent area. Let me take a look and see what it did in the after hours. 64 in the after hours. It opened at 69. Its high was 69, down to 64 where it's or down to 61, but it closed at 64, and it's right on this channel right here is what I was trying to think of. It's at 65 to 75. So there's a nice 10-cent channel right there, and it's basically right between it. It's like right on it, really. And it wants to stay in there, it looks like. So watch it bounce around as it gets set up, this GNS. And like I said, it's in a much better spot right now. It's a little flat. We'll look at that tomorrow as well. I want to see what that's doing. And as I was saying before, it was kind of hard to tell going into Tuesday what was going to be going on. We kind of thought it was going to pop up, but they didn't immediately bounce up. That's why I wanted to look at things for a day or two. Now you can start to see how they're going to run and what's going to be hot and what's going to be popping right now. It was really hard to tell right there as that transition was happening. So you didn't want to force anything. And like I said, even Netflix, I thought it looked great and it had earnings. I'm not a big earnings person, and that thing went nutty. I mean, I kind of do kick myself in the ass. Anytime they look that good, I guess you just gotta, that's what it's all about, right? Risk and reward. When they look that good, you gotta put an option on it. So, next time we'll definitely do it. If it looks that good, I'll tell you guys, but it'll be earnings, so I can't tell. But that one did look amazing. I know I said it looked really good, but it's earnings. I'm not playing it. Said it a couple times, and yeah, it definitely went up. That's for sure. So anyway, Elab does look like it could be a little dip down, maybe a little bit lower. I don't think it's coming back down to this 196. It came down. Let me see what its low was today. 198. So yeah, I knew it was right there, and I don't think it's coming down to the 196. It's back to 207 right now is where it closed, and this could be getting set up. So keep your eye on Elab, and I'll look at that one tomorrow morning as well, because that could be another one trying to curl back up and get moving. ACON, that Aclarion, and this one had that big dip, and we knew it was going to base out. We looked for it to have that bounce. It didn't do it, so we kind of knew it was going to base out down here. That bottom's probably that 3 cents. It's over 4 right now. It does want to start curling up. It's not ready to like pop or anything, but it's going to start making its way up, and it's got a few days. So just let it base out. We'll find that bottom or any pullbacks. This one's going to be a popper or runner too. Has a lot of space, can get up to 9 cents. So it's at 4 right now. I mean, it doesn't sound like anything crazy, but the thing can double like with no problem right there. So we will keep an eye on this ACON. It's a health information services company in the USA. Again, USA companies in certain sectors are going to be popping and looking good, especially as a couple companies, certain companies too. So they get contracts and things like that. They're going to be getting wild, guys. So we're going to be keeping our eye on things. You got to. You got to keep your eye on the news all the time right now, because that's how you're going to find your poppers. We'll see things setting up, but they're just going to be popping like right off of anything Trump says. AI, boom, you're going to see AI. Anything, like I said earlier, aerospace and defense, boom, that sector's going to move that day. So it's going to be quick. We were talking about it. If anybody caught the small cap show today, I forgot to post a link. I don't know why, but forgot to post a link before I went on. And but we were talking about that as well, and everybody basically agreed on the same thing. So that's pretty much what you're going to see. That's going to be the trend. So we'll keep up on it. You know that. That's why we do the show every day, twice a day, because we definitely know what's going on in the morning and at night for the next day and all day every day. So that's ACON. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye on things like this because they're going to be great runners and they're going to be poppers. I'm telling you. Let me see what this is. CYFRF. Soul Strategies. We do have that OTC. That one is running up. I think we looked at it the other day. I just remember the name. Again, it just ran from 420 to 427. It's at 424. It doesn't look bad. I just can't tell. It looks like it's up at the top for me, so I'm not exactly sure. And but yeah, it's an OTCer, and it's up there. I can't tell if it's going to do anything, but that's all I can tell you. And I wish I could tell you is more. I always look around. It's just I need like a certain setup. Look at FinViz. You guys see what I do. I post the videos. They're all up to date on YouTube. So if you ever want to watch them, just go on YouTube and check it out. And yeah, you guys can see exactly what I do. I go through the same looking charts basically to look at the same thing, and I do it real fast. So, and I'm not saying that you need to do it fast. I feel like the quicker I look at it, the better off I am, and that's just me personally. If I stare at it forever, I just feel like I start like fighting in my mind, like, oh, it could do this, it wants to do that, and then it's like, I don't know. If I just look at it and say it's going to do this, I would say 9 out of 10 times we're pretty much golden. Especially if I look at it immediately and just go, yup, it wants to do that. It's usually doing it, maybe not tomorrow, but we know I could be 2, 3 weeks early, but it's going to do it. And probably where you bought in, it's going to be jumping in, even if it dipped down a little bit. But we obviously look for them pullbacks and we stay patient now. That's what it's all about. But yeah, so I just look at them real quick, and that's why the OTCs mess with me because I need to just see both of them real fast, know that everything's good lined up and everything looks the right way, and then I can just tell. And I've explained it before, and again, it's just I don't know, it's just the way I've always done it, and yeah, since we've been doing the show, I can tell I've definitely gotten a little bit better at it. And so yeah, we're not going to ever stop now because now we can't. But anyway, DRCT Direct Digital Holdings. This one's crawling up and looking decent. I know someone mentioned this today, and it did look pretty good. It's 129 to 136. It closed at 128, so it's just right there. The 50s right here at like 156, and then the 20s up over that at 188. It just has to get that curl up, so it looks like it's trying to make a base. So we'll see if it tries to really curl up, but it's not looking terrible right there. DRCT and JTAI. This was pulled back a little bit, and it's one with AI in it, so you'd expect it to be running. I think it's going to bounce off this bottom, so keep an eye on this bad boy because it's right on that line. I saw this today. I was kind of looking at everything with AI in the name as we had talked about it before, and I was just looking at all of them and seeing what they were up to. And this one, I was like, most of them are all over the MACD. And this one was like kind of touching almost. It's actually a little more of a distance up. I could see this rolling up tomorrow and trying to take off like a little jet real soon. That 20 girls up a little bit and the 50s coming down. It gets up here into 427 area. It's at about 345, 352. And yeah, it gets up there. It could get cruising into that channel. So just keep an eye on this JTAI. And again, AI, anything with it in its name is starting to move. TNXP was moving today. That was up 8 cents. And I'll tell you what, it looks really, really good. I'm not sure why I forgot to post it today, but yeah, we talked about it yesterday and it was moving 24 to 35, closed at 32 and looks great. Keep an eye on that bad boy tomorrow. That looks like it's going to continue to run up. TNXP, I would say keep your eye on that one, just like Sensi, SNSC. I think that one looks real good. TNXP might even look better for tomorrow. So keep your eye on that for a momentum play. If it crosses through, it's definitely running way up there, and it looks like it wants to. So that is TNXP and good old Soundhound, SOUN. Let's see what SOUN was up to today. It had pulled back. It is just setting up, so it bounced off that 50 right there yesterday, and it ran, what, 1385 up to 1655. It was running up. It's in the 16 still and just has a flat look. I don't think it looks bad at all, to be honest with you. I think it just ran up yesterday. It did hit that 20 up here, a little resistance, and just kind of, if it does pull back, it's going to come back down a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but it's going to get set up there. So keep your eye on SOUN. And I think that one's going to continue to try to run up. It's just getting set back up. It ran up pretty good yesterday. I was honestly surprised it didn't keep more momentum than it did today, but it will. And I'm telling you, these China ones are setting up for sure. WTO. This thing's about to roll off the MACD. I'll tell you exactly what it did today. 29 to 34. And yeah, it looks so good right here, guys. So check out WTO tomorrow. I added that on there because that caught my eye, and that looks like it wants to be a runner. And we'll look at its good friend, even though they have nothing in common or no relation. EJH, we just always look at the two together for some reason. And EJH, it just happens to be a small cap China one. And let's see what it wants to do. A little bit of pullback. It was trying to get moving there. Let me see in the after hours. Let me look at it tomorrow. I think that bottom was in at 54 cents. It's at 61. Could get set up for another day or so, and I'll look at it tomorrow. But yeah, WTO was looking really good today. I saw that bad boy. SLNH, let's see that one. That one's just kind of pulling back 16 cents. SLNH. Let's see. Yeah, just a little pullback look. I mean, nothing terrible, but it could pull back. It couldn't get through that 20 today. So I would have to look for a little pullback on that one, see if it wants to pull back, and then see if then see when it wants to reverse. This WISA, WISA, we talked about this like a week or two ago. It was trying to get set up, and then again, it got caught up in all them days that were pulling back. It had run way up there, ran up to the top on and before the new year, I remember, and now it's way down at the bottom. And I can see this thing. It may not be bouncing tomorrow, but this thing's going to get set up. WISA. And it actually on the after hours looks much better. 140, 154, and it closed at 143. And like I said, looks way better than it did even earlier because I did see this. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on WISA because that one's going to be looking really good in the next few days to get set up right there. HKPD, it looks like HKBD, Hong Kong Pharma Digital Technology Holdings. That's a mouthful, and it's brand spanking new. It just opened up on January 15th, so I really have no idea. Let me see. HKPD. What's this one say? It opened up on what's that date? Yep, the 15th. So yeah, I have no idea. It went 267 to $3 today. Looks like yesterday could have been a little bottom. I mean, we can look at it, but I probably won't be able to tell. It is up today, and I would just if you like it, look at it. It might bounce up some more tomorrow, but that's more of a coin flip for me. You know, I just need to see like 6 months. Don't I need to see 6 months to tell you what it's going to do tomorrow? It's bizarre. I know it's not normal, but it's just what I have to look at. And so yeah, I have no idea what this thing wants to do. Yeah, I can't tell on like a minute or an hour chart or anything. I have no idea because it's like yeah, it wants to run up and then it wants to come down, and I just see it. It just moves too much for me to see it for like how I could tell you where the tops and bottoms are for the day real fast and easy, but I can't judge what it's going to really do, to be honest with you. You guys know how I look at them. So yeah, these new ones just kill me. And that and OTCs, you want to see my kryptonite, there you go. I couldn't trade them if I had to. I'd be like, I don't know what that's going to do. But anyway, yeah, just can't get a look at them the way I do it. I'm sure some people can, don't get me wrong. There's a million different ways to do it. I just can't do that. And here's another one I saw today. And again, search and AI companies, STAI, Scantech AI Systems. This was running up here, and this is a shell company. It looks like one, and it is. Opened at 148, got up to 281, closed at 216, and it looks good, guys. So STAI, keep an eye on it. That's probably a runner for tomorrow. I would assume STAI will get moving there. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And REKR. Let's see what that's doing. REK. Oh, let me type it in right. REKR. Here we go. Oh, that one jumped up today. I wouldn't even have thought that was going to pop up like there. That made a really nice turn and just started to pop up. I wonder why they had to add some kind of news for something like that to happen. Let me scroll down. Today, Record Scout certified for New Jersey's $13 million public safety initiative, empowering law enforcement with advanced technology. There's your good news. Yeah, to get a curl like that, you definitely are dropping some PR for that one. Just I wouldn't have picked that up, not gonna lie, but it looks real good. And it could run up to this 244. It's at like 208. And just be careful. It could have got sold off on the news. You'd have to look at it tomorrow, to be honest with you. Like I said, you could tell that was a straight curl up, run up off a PR. I'd have to look at it to see if it really, because it's hitting the MACD. It couldn't get through it, but it could tomorrow keep some momentum. It's just one of them ones I would just have to see what was going on. You could tell something major happened. I wasn't immediately, I could tell. But yeah, that one I won't be able to tell if it wants to run up more tomorrow. It would be a coin flip for me. At this point, I'd look at it in the morning. But yeah, that one definitely took a nice pop today. I wouldn't have caught that one for sure. I didn't see that one happening. But anyway, RGTI, this one ran up a little bit. It pulled back. These things look like they're getting really set up. I wanted to see what they were doing today. I wasn't so convinced that they wanted to really run. And I'm not so convinced yet, still. So I'm not going to lie. I still don't know if it's going to get through the MACD, but it does look much better. It stayed up on that 20 today and stayed flat. If I had to take a guess, and I mean, it looks like they want to run up. Like at least RGTI does look like it wants to run up. Obviously, we're about to look at all the quantum and computer hardware ones, so we'll see what the rest of them look like. But I was looking at them today, and I was like, that does look like it could start to really curl up and run. So I wanted to make sure that they actually do want to run and not just that one quick run up when Trump got in yesterday. Things were popping up certain sectors. Here you go, and then they come pulling back right away. So let me take a look at them real quick, and we'll see what's going on. And let me take a drink of water, but here we go. That's RGTI. And let's take a look at that QUBT here. Quantum computing has that curl up look again. I'm not so convinced that it's ready to blast off. So just be careful with these guys. QBTS, that D Wave Quantum, another one has that great curl up look. And I'm not saying they're not going to get set up to run up. I'm just saying tomorrow you might have a lot of better opportunities, is what I'm looking at. So they do look like they could pull back a little bit. QMCO, that was down, and again, just not looking like it's ready to go crazy. QTUM, the Defiance ETF, it did. That one actually doesn't look bad. Now, this one we're definitely going to have to look at. It's hitting that line. Let me see in the after hours, because I wasn't really looking at all of them. In the after hours, I didn't need to. This one's hitting and went flat. Yeah, I could see this pulling back right here, to be honest with you, and then getting reset up. So, IONQ, yeah, the QTUM, yeah, I could see that pulling back tomorrow, hitting that line and pulling back, and then the next setup they get rocking and rolling. That's what it looks like right now. That's the ETF. IONQ. This one was down today. I remember I looked at it and almost has that look it did today. It didn't look like it wanted to cross through. It had that big fish hook. And again, it looks like it wants to pull back and then the next curl up, they'll go through. So just keep an eye on that and we might be able to get way better pricing. LAES, this one's trying to get set up. It could come back down here into like the $4 area. It's at about 452. LAES. That one's trying to get set up. I'm not convinced it's ready to move tomorrow. And let's take a look at DNA. Ginkgo Bioworks. I remember looking at this one. The name used to be great. DNA. This one's popping up here. I don't even remember what they do. They're a biotech company. I don't see anything going on. But it does look really good right there. DNA 1185 to 1305. It's at 13. I would keep an eye on this DNA for tomorrow. It still looks like it wants to keep on cruising. So that looks like a nice momentum play right there for your DNA. And what does that even say? FLWS. FLWS, it says. Let's see. Oh, that's 1-800-Flowers. Let's see what they're up to. What are they delivering here? It actually doesn't look bad. They're going in the earnings on the 30th for 1-800-Flowers, FLWS. It's curled up. It has a nice little support line right here at like 826. Let me see what this bad boy is up to. Um, FLWS 834 to 852. It's at 851. It doesn't look bad. I'm not so sure it wants to pop out of its mind, but it looks like it wants to hit that top line. You might be able to get a little bit of a jump out of it tomorrow. Just take a look at it. It could be running up in the morning. So that's at 1-800 Flowers FLWS. And maybe because it's going to be closer to Valentine's Day, it could get set up. And like I said, they have earnings coming up on the 30th. So right at the end of the month, and then they'll have Valentine's Day. They should get some good business for that. CUTR, let's see what that cutter's doing or whatever it's called. CUTR, Katera, and it is looking pretty decent. It was down 2 cents. It's just sitting right there. I mean, it's bouncing right there. It didn't look bad. It looked like it wanted to run up yesterday and, like, just stay going. 52, it opened at, what did it close at? It closed at 48, so it did gap up. It went up a little bit, and then it pulled back to 46, and it's at 49. It looks good, I'm telling you. Keep an eye on this thing. Just a little healthy pullback look. That thing could get bouncing right off of there, so keep an eye on that. That still looks pretty good right there. That's CUTR. And ORIC, I believe that's what it says. ORIC. Hold on. ORIC. Here we go. Oric Pharmaceuticals. Let's see what they are up to right here. ORIC down 13 cents. Looks like it was trying to make a base in that 20 and 50 or trying to meet up right there. Hold on. Yeah, I think it might pull back or just sit right here and let the 20 pull up on it. So I wouldn't jump in it yet. Just keep an eye on this bad boy, that ORIC, and then we'll see what it wants to do. And RNAC, that says. I feel like I can't read tonight. RNAC, here we go. This one doesn't look too bad. It's trying to set up that 20's trying to catch it right there. RNAC. So yeah, it's almost in between that channel. This one could move a little, 1930 up to 1961. It's at 1906, so it's not terrible. It might stay in that little channel right there, and it could move. SPHR, Sphere Entertainment. This is making a nice base. This one actually could roll right off the MACD right there and get cruising up. This one looks pretty decent right here. SPHR. Yeah, that looks like it has that look like it wants to roll tomorrow. And I'm not saying fly, I'm just saying get rolled off the MACD to set up to continue to run back up. LXH L3 Harris Technologies. This was running up. It's about to hit some resistance, pull back a little bit. It is going to set up. I think it's just a little healthy pullback. This is an aerospace and defense company right here. LXH. And yeah, I think it might be a little pullback healthy. I don't know if it's really just pulling hard. I'd have to look at this tomorrow too, LXH, but it doesn't look terrible right there. And again, aerospace and defense, most of them will probably look pretty decent. The Big Bear, BBAI, this was running up another AI in its name right there, BBAI. And it was 457 to 482. It came down to 434. It's at 439 right now. It is trying to cross through, to be honest with you. So it could very well get curled back around and try to move up tomorrow. It did run up, pull back. So keep an eye on this BBAI. It's not looking bad at all. And TRIB, I remember we looked at this last week or so. It is just kind of pulling back right to that MACD line. Let me see if it wants to roll off at all. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. I have a feeling it could pull back and kind of curl through coming down that MACD. So I'd have to look at TRIB tomorrow to see what it wants to do. And let me see. BBLG, let's see, Bone Biologics. I remember looking at this. This thing's getting in the right spot, guys. Keep an eye on this bad boy, BBLG. It is looking really good. It ran up today, 101 to 112. It closed at 112. This has it at 101 right here. So, yeah, it definitely ran up in the after hours. And again, on FinViz, it looks great, but it doesn't show that big pop. I said it looks really good. It ran up 112, and it did run up. That 50's right here at 114, and it should get through it tomorrow. I don't see why not. It's in a great spot right there. So keep an eye on that BBLG. That one's looking good. And GLTO. Galco Inc. or something. I don't even know. Anyway, let's look at it. It's setting up right here. Had that run up, say, healthy pullback look right there for today, and it does look like it wants to get cruising. Even if it pulls back a little bit down to the 515 area, 517, that 20 is going to pull it right up and squeeze it up there. So keep an eye on that. That is definitely setting up right there. GLTO. And that RR is Rich Tech Robotics. Um, Here we go. It is trying to curl up and pull back at the same time. That's an interesting look right there. Let me see what it's up to here. That's I would watch it tomorrow. It looks pretty healthy. 312 to 390. It's at 325. It looks good. It maybe it's gonna have like one of them crazy curl ups too and just cruise right through the MACD. That's what it almost needs to look like. And I could see it probably happening. So keep your eye on Rich Tech Robotics because that one's run up before. It is setting up to be bullish. And like I said, it could get crawled up tomorrow right there. Keep your eye on that. That is getting set up. And TANH, this one is just pulling back. Oh, that's making a nice base with a little pullback, nothing crazy, and trying to get set up off that 50 right there. I think this is a China company, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, it is. China, 16 cents. And it's on that 50 right there. We'll watch it just kind of cruise around. It's going to get set up and make this base, and we'll find it when it wants to curl up. So TANH, we will look at that because, again, these China ones, too, we'll make a little list of them bad boys. They're starting to pop off. So if you guys want to look at any of them, pop them up in the comments there because I'll go through and look at all that in a moment. And yeah, these China ones do look pretty good. And that's TANH. It is making a base to get ready. And let's see, LYT. I believe LYT. I was looking at it today, and let me see something real quick. Stock Authority, I believe, was looking at this if I remember correctly. Hold on, I have to look now. Yes, I was right. Okay, yeah, Stock Authority. I was talking to him. He was checking this one out, LYT, and it looked pretty nice. It was crawling out of the basement right there. You can see its bottom was the other day, and that was at 54 cents. It's at 70 cents right now, and it should get a little pop up off that basement or that bottom floor right there. So keep an eye on this LYT. I was trying to remember if it was him or someone else, but yeah, definitely him and has some resistance up here at that 84 cent area. So it's at 69, 70, and it does have some resistance at 84. It gets up there, it could get up into the 123. So just keep an eye on it for sure. And yeah, LYT not looking bad. So I wanted to give Stock Authority his credit for that bad boy because he shot that over to me today and said, "Yo, this one's looking good." And I said, "Yeah, that one's looking pretty nice right there." So nice little one that looked good. It looked like it bottomed out there. And so there you go with that bad boy. And ABVE above food ingredients. This one was down today. Somebody posted this one and I checked it out. I mean, it didn't look terrible either because it didn't even cross through. It's been, if you look at the chart, it's been making these big like roller coaster runs. So it has been curling up big, coming down big, curling up big, and now it's just kind of curling down. Even if it curled through the MACD, it seems to want to just curl right back up with these hard curls. So we'll see tomorrow because it does look like it wants to curl through coming down. So we'll have to take a look at this ABVE, but it is, if it does do it, it'll be great to look at because they've been curling right back up there. So that is ABVE, and like I said, we'll keep an eye on that. And CISS, that's C3IS Inc., and this thing had recently split right here. When was it? January 2nd. And it is just kind of we're to bottom out right here on January 13th at 117. We're at 127 right now. And CISS It could just bounce off this bottom. It's kind of making a base down here after it's split. It's way down. I mean, it is way down here. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on this and we'll see what this marine shipping from Greece wants to do. And I was just kind of laughing to myself because I just remember someone posted last night. I didn't even realize I did this and it was funny. I guess I wrote the date was 11/21 yesterday, 11/21/25. And someone made a comment and I had no idea what they were talking about. They're like, wow, you are way out in the future. And I was just like, what are they talking about? And then today I was looking at the list and I started cracking up to myself. And for whatever reason, I just looked at the date and I just started laughing because that just came jumped into my mind. So yeah, whoever posted that, I have to go back and look, but it definitely made me crack up today. I had no idea what you're talking about. And then today when I noticed that I put 11/21 yesterday for the date, I was dying. I was like laughing out loud. My wife was looking at me like, "What are you laughing about?" I'm like, I didn't realize I put the date was November 21st yesterday, and someone made a comment like, "Wow, you are way out in the future." And I was like, "What is that person talking about?" And then it definitely registered, and it was just funny. So good thing. Good. Thanks for making me laugh if you're listening, because it definitely made me chuckle. I had no idea what you're talking about at first, and then it took me a day to hit me. So a little slow, but definitely was pretty funny. So there you go. And that was CISS. And like I said, we'll see if that wants to bounce off the bottom. Let's look at our laptop travel ones and we'll go through our comments. So let me know. I see a bunch of them up here. So I'll scroll through and here we'll run through these because you know there's going to be a lot of great setups. There always is. And actually, I was thinking maybe tomorrow. I was thinking taking laptop travels lists and going through some of the ones that we marked up to see what they do that week because I'm telling you, these things are so set up there. And even if they don't, they might not all run 100%, like I said, but these things just move like anywhere from 5, 10, 15%, anywhere in that range. That's a good day. We've talked about making that 2% and just kind of compounding it, and it'll make a fortune for you. Trust me. And, and obviously, you can make way more than 2% on days, and some days, the slower days, you can make that 2%, and it's kind of easier. So, yeah, these list is perfect for just nailing these things. And again, you don't need 100% poppers all the time to make money. So, I just wanted to let everybody know because I'm telling you, Laptop Travel has his scanner set perfectly. I mean, he gives us a great list of setups here. So ACXP, let's look at it here. ACXP, it's sitting on that 20. It ran up on the 17th. It tried to, and now it's just setting up in this channel right here. So it should just kind of run around a little bit. And that's another thing. A lot of these are set up in the channels, and you get a great opportunity to catch them at the bottom at the 20, run them up to the 50s right there, and then just as they set up, we've seen multiple ones do it. And yeah, they're just perfect for that too. So not only do they pop, they also set up and run for a little bit so you can catch multiple trades there. So that's always another good thing too because he has it set so that they're just setting up and popping up, but they'll run around a little bit. BBLG, just boned by light. Then we look at this thing; it was on the list. There you go. Hey, laptop travel, and someone else had this in mind, and I was gonna say, "Wow, this thing looks good." We just looked at it like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, yeah, BBLG, we already went through it. It looks good, so it's not going to change in that time frame. But definitely looking good. I didn't even realize it was right there. Um, and there we go, CETY. Let's look at clean energy technologies. Oh, this one ran up right here. Laptop travel. This was moving today. And yeah, that was moving. And again, these energy ones, you just got to keep your ear out on news because they're just getting set up. And again, they may want to pop up that one day and then they don't. And 2 days later, they go nuts because all of a sudden, they just mentioned something. Trump says something about, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. And these things are going to be running on the news. They were doing it during this first administration. You just had to keep your ears open and you could know it was basically going to be running. So, CETY ran up 49 to 65. It's at 65. It might keep cruising tomorrow, guys. So that could be a little momentum play right there. EDUC, educational development. This one is just kind of flat, but setting up. It's going to roll right here. So this one's getting really set up, guys. This one will be a good one. EDUC. Watch it get up into that 177. It's at one, and again, it's at 164. It'll run up to that 177 without even trying. Get set up, maybe run up into this 188 area, and maybe it dips down after that. But guess what? That's a great little run for you, and you'll get way over 2%, maybe 5, 10, and it's like I said, they're just all set up nice. So you don't have to look at I just think look at the best opportunity that works for you. That's why I always say it. Um, just pick a couple out and really know what the chart looks like, where you like the bottoms. Obviously, if you're doing your options, you're probably looking at more big caps or, bigger mid cap ones that you want to do. And which one did we say today was looking real good? So, that Viking VTKX. That one. I mean, you'd be looking at something like that right there in a $30 range. And then, yeah, this list right here, Laptop Travel, gives us a great list with a variety of prices. And you can just pick a hit, like three out, and really know which one you want to trade. And when it gets in that range that you like, lock them in. Just trade them real quick, trade them smart, lock it in, move on to the next day, and you don't overtrade it. Just keep it simple, honestly. I think that's the easiest lesson in the market. I think people have always tried to overcomplicate the market and have like all these indicators and everything. And again, you guys know I like a pretty basic chart with like nothing on it. So I just look at really simple stuff, and you don't have to really get crazy. Obviously, there's a lot of different indicators for a lot of different things, and people are good with different things. I'm not saying that you can't do it the way that or this is the only way to do it. There's obviously a lot of ways to do it, but I don't think you have to overcomplicate it. Stick to the indicators you like. Obviously, you guys know I like my MACD and RSI. Some people like their EMAs and other things like that. Just stick with what you're confident with, what you're comfortable with looking at, and what you know works. Like your patterns, and just trade them smart. You don't have to get crazy. Just trade them smart, and you'll do perfectly well. And as you keep doing them and compounding them, you'll just keep doing better and better. So just like I said, it's our watch list is amazing. I know it's a lot to go through, but if you just sit here and listen when I say, "Oh, that one looks like it's about to pop," it might not pop tomorrow. But I mean, if you're like, "Oh, that one," he said it looks like it's gonna pop. Let me take a look at it and see where that setup is. I'll keep telling him to look at it each night. I'll send it into the comments, and then when he goes, "Oh yeah, that's about to run," I'm gonna really look and pay attention to it. And then yeah, just focus on them like that. And that's kind of what I've been, not kind of, that's exactly what I've been doing. I tell you guys, I really just focus on one or two that I really like. Obviously, more of the big cap option ones, which I'll do this. Viking, I bought options on that today. The thing looks amazing, guys. I posted it out. I said it looks great. It looks like it's going to run. And yeah, that's how I knew I had option. I remember Laptop Travel had them before, but I was like, does this thing have options? So yeah, I looked at that, and yeah, it looked great. So I was like, this thing's gonna run. Let's go with it. It looked like the best opportunity, and maybe it don't pop up tomorrow, but I guarantee it's in the next few days that it's gonna be moving. And again, some of the other we already had in the video ones, and all the other ones at the bottom, so we didn't need them. So yeah, I just constantly I sold a couple today that were up, and then just bought the Viking, and that was that. And at my ETF 500, I bought that guy, so I definitely figured that out. And yeah, the easiest way to do it. And I've even showed two of my buddies how to do it. Two of my buddies, and my one buddy, he's a crypto whale. My one buddy, I'm telling you, he buys a lot. He bought in, and he actually hit me back and was like, "Dude, I'm looking at this thing. I think I'm buying a lot more." I'm like, "Do whatever you want, bro. I know how it goes. You've been in this longer than me." So he actually knows, and yeah, he was looking at the numbers of it. And like I said, the chart, dude, I doubled my money from when I bought it already. I know it could pull back, obviously, but literally it went up over 50% when I bought it earlier. And the market cap went from, I think, what were we saying it was? Laptop Travel, 3 point something million, or was it 4.3? It's over 7 now. And you heard Zach, he was on the show. He said once you get it to 10, you can start moving it towards 100, and 100 goes to a billion. And so that's what we're looking at with that. And so, yeah. That's what we're going to be doing. So if anyone needs any help setting that up or trying to get into it, just let me know. Shoot me a DM, and we'll get it figured out there. Like I said, I helped a couple buddies do it, so it's easy with the Phantom wallet, and you can actually do every meme coin in there, and you can transfer money from basically any, well, you can from any other exchange. So whether you have your Coinbase, Robinhood, or anything else, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna buy your Solana in there, and then literally just transfer your Solana. Just you send your Solana right to your wallet in Phantom, and then you have your Solana in there, and then you literally just swap it. I was trying to think of the word. You just hit the swap button and you put in that little code thing. I've posted it a few times. Make sure you just copy and paste that in the search thing. It'll come right up. It'll say Elon Trump Fart 500 WT ETF 500, and there you go. It's really simple, honestly. As soon as somebody shows you how to do it, it's a piece of cake. That's how most of this crypto is. It's just kind of intimidating at first, and I've said it myself. I was intimidated for a while, and that's why I tell people if you need a hand or you don't know what direction to go, just reach out, and I'd be more than happy to steer you in the right direction there. And again, I'm not a financial guy, and you guys know these coins are nothing in particularly. They mean nothing, honestly. It's really because Zach Morris has a huge following, and they're hardcore, and he's going to make this thing go. You heard him. I mean, he was on the show for 2.5 hours the other day. He said it's his coin, it's his project, and he wants it to go to 1 billion. He's took Farfcoin though. It's at $1.5 billion, guys. So he bought all that up when it was all at the bottom, and then he had the rug pulled on him on that. So he said he doesn't pull the rug on everybody. That's why his following's so hardcore because they trust him. I can almost assure you that this dude's made more millionaires than like every college on the East Coast combined. I mean, I'm telling you, go in that Discord. It's crazy what these people are up to, and they're all pretty much. I'm not gonna say all of them, but I said it before. These young kids are gonna be millionaires. It's gonna make more millionaires in this crypto. I've told you guys before, and all that .com stuff, everything combined, and yeah, that's it's happening right now. It's already happened, I'm pretty sure, and it's just beginning. So don't get left in the dust. I know it's a little crazy and weird, but everything pivots and moves. And like I said, this guy, I just believe in him and his following. So that's why I believe in the coin. There's nothing else about it that would even do anything, and he even made it that clear too. And so yeah, you don't put your life savings in. You seen how much I bought? I put about $3,000 in Solana in it, so it wasn't a whole lot. A lot to some people. Don't get me wrong. I know sounds like a lot, and Zach's probably got a ton of it in there, and like I said, my buddy, he just called him. He's ready. When he says he's going to buy something, he's not playing small potatoes. So he could load up the boat crazy too. My one buddy. So you could really see this thing, and then you start getting guys like that, and that's what happened to the Trump coin. You start getting these guys that start buying like tens of millions of dollars worth, or even 1 million. Things start moving pretty quick. So just keep an eye on it. Again, everything's a risk. It's just a coin, and it really means nothing. It's really because Zach Morris has a huge following, and it's him. So that's what it's about. And really, I think that's what all these coins are about. You could see how that Trump one went crazy. He has the biggest following, so that's where it went. So yeah. That's the ETF 500. I'm telling you, I looked at the chart real quick, and it did look like it wanted to take off, guys. So I'm not saying it won't pull back at all, but it did look really good. And like I said, I bought some earlier, and it already doubled. I was like, holy cow, that was quick. So yeah, there you go with that. So if you need any help with the wallets or anything, and like I said, that Phantom wallet is it took about 3 minutes to set up. It might have been the easiest thing. Both of my buddies said the same thing. They're like, wow, that was easy. I was like, I know, probably the easiest thing I ever had to set up. And so that's really easy. And then yeah, if you need any help figuring out how to transfer the stuff or swap it, just hit me up, shoot me a DM, whatever. There's plenty of people on here that'll help you. And yeah, if you're interested in doing it, like I said, it's all new to everybody, and we're all getting in the stuff. And obviously, everything's a risk. Any form of investing is a risk, obviously. But I'm telling you, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen a lot of millionaires made off this stuff. And even if you don't make a million and you just make like a couple of bucks, it's still crazy money to be making. I think Fartcoin, we were just looking at it. It's up. It was up like over 100,000%. It's insane what the thing did. I'm telling you, it's insane. And yeah, this thing's just the beginning. He explained it all, so I'm just telling you what Zach told us. And yeah, that thing he took over. It's at like 1.5 billion market cap. I was looking at it today, and basically the people that got into that fart coin at these levels, and put about $1,000 in are millionaires right now. That's how crazy it is, guys. I'm not even kidding, and that's why I said he's probably made more millionaires than all the colleges on the East Coast combined. It's wild to think about it, and again, it's just because he has the following, and it's him. So there you go with that coin. That's all there is to it. So I bought some. I'm in for a ride. Let's see what it can do, and let's get back to laptop travels list right here. EDUC and educational development, and that thing's curling up off the 20, looking real good. So I'd keep an eye on this. Had a nice little dip down here to 159 today. It's at 164, and it is looking really good right there. How about game? Let's see what time game time this is. Game Square Holdings. That's what it's called. Game Square. I don't know why it was going to be called game. I thought it was going to be like game time or something. Game Square Holdings. This one is setting up really good, guys. You might want to take a look at this. This one might be a runner. It looks like it could have been moving in the after hours. I said it was up 4 cents, 88 to 90. It's at 90. What did it close at? Like 83. It says so. Yeah, it is definitely moving. It curled through. Keep an eye on this game tomorrow, guys. That thing is game for tomorrow, I would say. So keep your eye on that. GIPR, it looks like I wrote GIPR. Let's see. Yep, generation income. You guys can make generation income properties off of this ETF 500. I'm telling you, was going through the thing and I was reading, and I'm telling you, people were saying these kids, and they look like they're young kids. I'm 44, and they look like they're way younger than me. Yeah, the one dude was like, I just retired my whole family. I was like, what? Like that's crazy, and he wasn't kidding. Like these kids are making millions of dollars. Like it's wild. You should see what goes on in this thing, and that's why he's got that hardcore of a following, guys. And again, reason why I had him on, and everyone thinks that he committed crimes. He's never, he actually, if you think about it, I've mentioned this person before. I think I said this yesterday about the Jason Bond. Jason Bond got in trouble for that, and for that exact thing. And yeah, now they can't really even say that you could do it, but it's still, I mean, it's crazy that the guy, they pretty much you Google his name, first thing comes up is that he basically scammed people out of $117 million, and he's never been charged. They threw out the case, and they can't ever charge another person with it. So pretty wild, and you can't find an article about that they threw it out. So it is wild that like I would be pretty pissed too. They kind of destroy your reputation like that, and you're not even doing anything wrong. Nancy Pelosi's done plenty much worse. With all of her insider trading. That's actually illegal. Him just posting shit out. He's not even if he had a license, like a financial license, I could see where that would be a conflict of interest and you could get in trouble. He's just Joe Schmo, random dude posting shit online. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I never understood it myself, and that's why I'm fascinated by it. But yeah, he's a fascinating dude. But that's why his coins will go do $1 billion. And if you and I made a coin, it's not going to $1 billion market cap. I can tell you that right now. And his will. So that's the difference right there. And that's what you got to look for if you want to make money. So hop on board if you want. I'm on board, and we'll see how it turns out. There you go. GIPR, Generation Income Properties, and we'll see if we can buy some Generation Income Properties. This thing is setting up in this channel right here. It actually has that weird look like it's trying to do something. So I would keep an eye on this tomorrow. Yesterday it ran up, today it pulled back, and it's trying to get set up. So watch that thing because it looks really good. I'm actually going to take a look at that tomorrow. GLE, Global Engine Group. Let's see. That one's setting up. That 20 is about to roll that up. This one's a really good one coming up. GLE, I would say that one might move tomorrow. Laptop travel. What do you think about that? I think you probably agree. That one's looking really good, guys. So keep an eye on GLE. I know we've been looking at Hook, so it's got to be looking good pretty soon. It was trying to move today. Let's see. I don't know what it really did. I think I looked at it really early. Let me see what it's doing. It's still on that 20. It actually ran up a little, 209 to 210, and then it came down to 192. It's at 199, so not too bad, but just a little healthy pullback. Still back on that 20 right there. Not looking bad at all. So yeah, Hook, that'll get set up as well. And let's see, HOOK. Where am I here? IINN, Inspiria Technologies. And this one is just kind of like setting up. It was like a little flat today, but it looks pretty damn good. It has that weird look right there. IINN. The letters are messing me up. IINN. Yeah, it looks really good on mine, actually. 104 to 111. And it says it's at 111. Where does it say here? Oh, yeah, this one says it went up in the after hours to 113. It does look really good. Keep an eye on this. It did have that funky look. And oh my God, IINN, if I could say it for you guys, actually looks pretty good right there to try to move. IMCC, that one's a little easier for me to say. IMCC is a well, I don't think it is a cannabis one. Didn't they like change their name or not getting I don't remember what the heck they did. I Am Cannabis announces changes to their auditors. I don't remember. Maybe it was a different company. Whatever, who cares? Let's look at it. It is curling up right here and looks pretty good, I would say. So I would keep an eye on this IMCC. I Am Cannabis Corp. Yeah, it looks like it wants to curl through. It's in that channel, not looking bad right there. What's MSOS looking like? That's the cannabis ETF, pure U.S. cannabis ETF, and it's pulling back a little bit. I was just curious. I looked at them all the other day, and they were just kind of flattish, not really doing a whole lot. So I was trying to see if it was, but it's not doing anything. INDP, I think that is. Yeah, Indaptus Therapeutics. That one's already moved. That's going to be a runner tomorrow, guys. It was moving today. It was moving in the after hours, and it's going to continue to move. There's no way that thing's stopping on the 50 tomorrow. I'd be amazed if that stops on the 50. I mean, anything can happen, but that thing looks really good right there to keep that momentum. Where to close at? It's high, yeah, 99, and it closed at 99, and it's right there. I mean, it looks like it wants to rip through the 50 right here, like it's like the Incredible Hulk. So I would say keep an eye on that INDP. It's looking really good, and IRIX. Oh, that one's setting up really nice, guys. Really, really nice right here, IRIX. So keep an eye on that one too. I mean, you got an eye on two eyes, INDP and IRIX. Just keep an eye on both of them. I'm going to say their laptop travels good ones right there because they are looking really good. There were some other ones looking good too, but they might take the cake. And IRIX, I cannot write either. Holy cow. Anyway, MNY. Let's see what that's up to here. MNY. Where can I type? I'm not doing anything correct tonight, am I? This is great. MNY, Money Hero. Let's see. Let's be a money hero here. And that's Carl. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a money hero for sure. MNY. Keep your eye. That might be another one we got to add. It looks worse on here. Finviz, it looks great. Hold on, I am not looking at the right one. Yeah, NNY. I was gonna say there's no way that's that same stock or same chart. Yeah, MNY looks way better than whatever I just had. NNY. MNY Money Hero looks really good, guys. It's gonna cross up here. It's in this channel like 111, but it's gonna get to 114 and run up there. So keep an eye on that one too. That one looks really nice. MNY. OTLK, is it that Outlook thing? Outlook Therapeutics. This thing's just getting set up. It was bouncing around today. OTLK, it had a little dip action. So just let it set up. It'll be fine. It's just getting set up, like I said, and we'll look at that when it's ready. Spar Group, SGRP. Oh, that's another real good one. It was running up today, and it should try to keep that momentum too. SP SP. Oh, hold on. What did I just type in? SG. What the? What am I doing here? Oh, it's called Spar Group, SGRP. Okay, yeah. I was like, what am I doing? I was like, SPAR. I didn't write that. All right, SGRP is looking really, really good right there, guys. So just keep an eye on that one because that is looking good. It's called Spar Group and it's curling up. It's at 194. It was up 10 cents, but it looks really nice. The other day on the 15th, it ran up to like 234, and now it looks like it wants to run up to like 206. So just keep your eye on that. That does look good. And that sober SOBR is sober safe. And it's just been it was in the basement. It actually got out. Wow, that looks really good now. I was going to say, we were looking at it last week and I think the week before, and it was just getting set up. It definitely looks much better now, guys. So keep an eye on sober safe SOBR SUGP. I know we've been looking at this, and it just had a little healthy pullback right there today. Let me see SUGP. And it's on that line right there, just kind of flat. And yeah, just it'll be ready to get set up. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And TGL is at Treasure Global. And I remember this popped up the other day and it's getting set back up, guys. So keep an eye on TGL. It had a nice run not long ago. What was that? On January 3rd, it ran from 37 to 92. Right now, it's at 22 and getting ready to rock and roll. So that could be a Treasure Global one right there. So keep your eye on that one because it's setting up. And yeah, you have some really good ones right there. I'm not going to lie. You have that INDP, that IRIX, MNY, Sober, SOBR, TGL. GLE is looking good, and there's a couple other ones there. Game was ready to have that game on, and I think I was going to look at GIPR. So some good ones right there from Laptop Travel. Let's look at our Jolie's Jams down here and see what's going on with Agrify. This one is pulling back. I'm actually surprised it's going to have to pull back a little bit more now and get set back up. So there you go right there with Agrify. And Blink was trying to get set up. That BLNK, I did see it down. It pulled back under its support line today and curled through coming down. I was a little surprised, and I'm not going to lie, because it did look pretty good there. So we'll have to see how far it wants to pull back, and that's at Blink Charging, BLNK, Sezzle, SEZL. This one is going to set up. It's just sitting right on that line right here, trying to get set up and cross through 229. It's at right now. It went up to two. It opened at 231, went to 237, came down to 217. It's at 229. So it does run around a lot, and it'll get set up in a couple weeks, in a week or two or so. So Sezzle will be a good one. They do not have options on it because I already looked. Rivian did pull back. And again, we ran that up to that 16. I think it's pretty important that you just run them up and get out of them, because if you try to wait for them to go any higher, once they try to hit that high and try to bounce around, they feel like they're either pulling back or they're basing out and pulling back and not going as high as that first high. So unless they're like getting really crazy. So, and not many of them do it. PLTR does it all the time, but none of them, they're not all PLTRs. So again, once they run up there, lock in those profits and move it to the next one, because we ran Rivian all the way from way down here at like 950s, and I know it topped out over 13, like 16. I mean, it went up to like 16 that day, almost 17, and now it's at 1270. So that is Rivian. And we'll see when it wants to get set back up. That Sterling was up another $4 today. Remember, I said the other day it was looking great, and it's just been moving. And that one was a great one. And Symbotic ran up. I didn't think it was down. It was up a little bit today. Let me see what these prices say. 33.50 to 34.15. It did come down to 32.50, but it closed at 33.10. So it did pull back a little bit. I did see it go up a little, and just kind of flat right there as it wants to roll again. Try to get cruising back up. Symbotic, and that's SYM. And let's see what else is going on. So that's our Jolie's Jams. Let me look at our crypto real quick, see what's happening. I'll just take a quick peek here on that Coin Gecko just to get a quick look. Our Bitcoin looks like it's at 102,000, and Ethereum's at 3,200, Ripple's at 316, and Solana's at 249, it looks like, and Doge 35. So let's take a look and see see what's going on. I'll jump on my app right here and we'll look at some charts for crypto. So let me see what's happening real quick in the crypto world. And like I said, Bitcoin, this one says 102. What's that say? Oh, yeah, 102. Yeah, they're right. That's accurate. Just wanted to make sure they were the same. And it is right there. So that's good. And let's see what it's doing, pulling back a little bit, and that 50 is underneath of it. Let me make sure that's SMA's 50 and 200 still. It is still the 50 and 200, so that they haven't changed them. And yeah, it's just kind of pulling back, but that 50 is right there. I don't see it coming down. It looks pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And I guess the yeah, that WTF must be going nuts, guys, because I just got my buddy just said to it just went up like crazy. He just I just saw his text messages was like he's up like already I know he bought a bunch more, but yeah, he just said it was way up. And I'm telling you, it went up like over 50% from when I had bought it. I couldn't believe I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know it went up like that. Like I knew they moved, but I wasn't even paying attention. I just bought it and then I was gonna buy some more and I was like, oh, I'll just wait until later. It should be fine. And it went up over 50%. I looked at the chart and I was like, wow, that thing wants to take off, guys. And so yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up and just telling you what I see. That's all I do. But yeah, Bitcoin coming down. Like I said, it was coming back down to that 50, but not even there yet. And it should be fine. I don't see it looking bad. Ethereum at 3,200. It's 3,234. And that one actually is in that channel. And that one could pull back a little bit, to be honest. So Ethereum, you could see a little bit of pullback. Ripple 316. Let's see. Maybe they are going to pull back. Let me look. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this chart up here. There we go. Ripple way up there, pulling back just a hair. Uh, I mean, I have to look at it and see if it wants to roll off that MACD tomorrow. They could have a little bit of pullback. I don't know. I mean, they are way ran up, so it wouldn't surprise me, but they're not giving me that look. And again, crypto can easily just change on like a dime, just go boom. Cardano's at 97, and let's see. That one is it was trying to get back over to 50. It's just kind of pulling back a little bit, and the 50's over it, so it could push it down. Doge is at 35, and that is just sitting right there, right by the 50. And again, that one's right over at the 50, and it could push it down. I mean, if they turn around and start curling back up real quick, they're definitely going to be safe. And Doge is hitting that MACD, and it does look like it wants to come down. So we'll see. We may have some pullback right here. Um, Let's see what else. Sheeb is down. Let's look at Bonk real quick and see what that's doing. So yeah, we might see a little bit of pullback real quick, it looks like. Hold on, where'd that go? Bonk. That always comes up when I do that. BONK. What the heck did they do? They just changed it. Oh my goodness. Now I have to go through that. That's weird. I don't know why the app changed when I type them in. It wanted to bring up like every single bonk, like whether it was Euro, USD, this, that. I'm like, just give me the USD one and make it easy. But there you go. Let me see what bonk is doing. It's in between that channel. And I just want to see it's up over the MACD, but again, it could curl through. So I'll be keeping an eye on the crypto tonight for sure and seeing what it wants to do and definitely looking at it in the morning. So we'll see what our crypto wants to do. I'll keep you guys updated on that, obviously. And yeah, apparently that WT or I keep saying that ETF 500 must be going up. I'll try to look at it. Hold on. Let me see if it'll pull up real quick on here. I'm not sure if it will because I have this open. Let's see. There you go. And yeah, it definitely went way up. It's definitely up some more. Holy cow. Man, that thing is moving, guys. That's wild. So yeah, it definitely went up. I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah, just take a look at that ETF 500 is cruising. Ripple XRP, like I said, it's let me pull it up on my chart. Maybe I can get a better look at it. It's just hitting that it's like right there where it could go either way. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's coming down to the MACD. It's curling down pretty good, but it could easily roll off of there and get cruising. I still think that low is like that 282. That's what it looks like at the moment. Don't look like it wants to come back to the 277 just yet. So that's what it looks like at the moment, Zach. I'll look at it in the morning. We always go through them, so I'll definitely take a peek at it and let you know what I think about Ripple in the morning. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on them tonight. Pet, let's look and see what our pet's up to tonight and see if our pet is doing in good shape. Right in that, oh, guys, might want to look at pet tomorrow because this pet might be running. It's right there. It's going to do something, I can tell you that. It's right there on the 20 and 50 you're squeezing. It's on the MACD. It's just kind of like it could go bouncing off of it. It could also pull back. So I'm not going to promise you anything, but it's definitely looking like it wants to do something right there. And if I had to guess, I mean, wow, it does look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think it wants to bounce, so we'll keep an eye on that in the morning for sure. Keep me, remind me in the morning, Barber. But I just wrote pet down at the bottom of the list so I can try to remember because we have to see what that's gonna do in the morning for sure. And KAVL, this was looking good. And like I said, it was running up. Just watch for the dips. You figure it's going to pull back, but it was looking good. I just didn't want to forget about it. It went 115 and 126. It did run up today because it closed at 113. So it ran up and it closed at 119. Actually, doesn't look too bad. It looks worse on the FinViz. This has it at 118 to 121 to close. This is at 119. And yeah, it does look pretty good. So KAVL, that Consumer Defense Tobacco Company, is looking good. And let's take a look and see what's going on here. So there you go, Barbara. That LAES, we did look at that. I'll take a quick look at it. I think I said it wasn't ready to do something yet. And yeah, I said I'll look at it tomorrow. That support line's down here at 397, and I'm not so sure. It does look like it wants to try to be bullish, but it could have some good pullback. So I wouldn't be jumping in it right now. I'd keep an eye on it. CRKN. This one's a good one to look at. It's just got out of the basement and pulled back. I was looking at this today, and honestly, this one could have a nice little bounce today, tomorrow. So glad you mentioned that one of truth because, yeah, it's just under the 20. The 20's at 13 cents. It's at 10. A little healthy pullbacks, all it looks like. So keep an eye on this tomorrow, CRKN. And again, ran out of the basement, then they kind of pull back, and then you can run them up again. So, like I was saying earlier, you can trade these bad boys generally at least 2 times, sometimes 3. Good old Holo's not looking too bad, huh? It's about to get in the right spot, guys. Let me keep an eye on this Holo, and it is going to get moving again. So this is a China company. They are looking good, and this one is about to get set up and cruising. So we will definitely keep an eye on Holo right now. I like it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Something of truth. So yeah, that's a good one right there. Analysts are revising their price targets for all AI related chip stocks on the heels of Trump's $500 billion AI initiative. Expect to see upgrades in the coming days, weeks that drive prices of companies like Nvidia, TSM, ARM, AVGO, and SMCI higher. What was I saying about ARM? It was getting strong. SMCI was looking good, and the rest of them were moving. So we knew something was going on there. Again, the charts tell you ahead of time whatever's happening. I don't know how. It just is wild, and we always see it. But yeah, them things are looking great. We'll obviously go through all of them in our big caps and stuff. So you know that. And let's see what TPET looks like. Our good old Trio Petroleum, isn't that what it's called? TPET, yeah, Trio Petroleum. It ran up yesterday. It still doesn't look bad. A little healthy pullback as it was hitting that top. And this one I would take a look at tomorrow to see if it wants to bounce back up, guys. So it does not look terrible at all. I can tell you that. Gem X trades for TPET. Yeah, not looking bad. And Palaki, you put this thing on here when I'm joining him. No, it says looks to be no dips in sight. It has Biden like looking around, and it was on my screen for like 10 minutes, and I was just every time I look over I'd start laughing. So thanks for that. Yeah, and with DBGL DBGL for Barb. Let's see, DBGL. Let's see what that's up to real quick. I don't even see that. Let me see. DBGL. I don't see that one. There is something similar to it, but I don't see that. So let me know what that one's supposed to be. And let me see what else. T-Pet we just looked at for you. And somebody said he'll be extradited for prison at some point. I guess he's talking about I don't think so. I don't think they're ever going to be doing that now. Not when you throw out a $117 million case and the SEC looks stupid. You're not going to be able to put someone in jail after that one. And yeah, he just straight up beat the case like it was no big deal. And now they changed administration. You see him, he's putting it all out there. So he's gonna release the evidence. And yeah, said he has a huge file. He's talking about it on the show, and he was posting stuff today. And rightfully so. Again, people tried to ruin his life. You know what it is? I said it the other day. I can do this. A ton of people can do this. It's no big deal. We're not making once you hit a certain amount of money, it seems like the government doesn't want you to do it, and they step in it. I'm telling you, they did it with Jason Bond. They've done it with other people, and they were fine with it until you reach a certain number, and then all of a sudden all of a sudden you're a pump and dumper. It's like I've been doing this shit for years. Like it was never a problem until I made a certain amount of money. And I used to say it a lot. Before I did a show, my friends would ask me about it, and I would say the exact same thing forever. I've always felt this way. I thought it was insane. And I'd be like, and then just look at the government, like Congress and everybody, they just trade openly and do whatever they want. It's gotten completely out of control the last 4 years with Pelosi, and no one seems to care because they make the laws that they get to like they get to abide by. It's nonsense, and yeah, I just don't see it. Now, like I said, if you hold a financial license, and I was told this before years ago, whatever you do, do not go get a financial license because then you're on the hook. And I'm like, all right, that's easy. I wasn't wanting to do it anyway, so sounds great. I won't get a financial license, and that was pretty much all I've ever been told. And so yeah, I can't say that they'll ever be able to do anything there because again, he beat the case. He walked away. They tried to make up evidence on him, and they still couldn't win. So, yeah, I doubt he'll ever get in trouble ever again. I don't think any of us, like anybody that does this, it opened the doors for basically anybody online that is doing it. It kind of protected them because I've always thought to myself, well, once you make a certain amount of money, I always knew I'd have to stop at a certain point because I never wanted to deal with that headache. That's for damn sure, and it's not worth it. So, yeah, once you make a certain amount of money and you're doing this stuff, it seems like they just don't like it. And yeah, it was crazy until I guess now. But yeah, they now you have a case that got thrown out. So obviously, once that happens, how they going to charge you? Because it's already been done. So, yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. But I'd say Joe Exotic should be getting out. That's for sure. So yeah, that's T Pet. We looked at that. GSOL. That is a grayscale Solana trust that looks like when did that open up? It was pretty recent, right? In November 5th or something, November 6th it opened up, and this thing's looking good. So I guess that Solana is looking great. I mean, we know it's looking good, but yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna look at Solana real quick on my thing. It's actually Solana could be pulling back here a little bit, but that trust looks great. And obviously, if it even pulls back, it might come down to like the 217 area and just be a little pull back as it sets back up there. So there you go with that one. And we did our T-Pet and ARM and app. And oh, yeah, that BULZ. I'm glad you said that. That thing's way up today. It was up like $10. Remember, we said last night that thing looked great. It was that FANG thing, ETN. And it's a three-time leverage, guys. That thing was a beauty. Beautiful run from that bottom at 140. And yeah, I would say so. Luis Rodriguez, that was a beauty right there. App, what's that? Oh yeah, App Loving Corp. This thing's getting ready to pop, guys. Ooh, I'm gonna look at that one right there. APP. It's at 361, and it's looking really good to just move right up to 400. Like it doesn't even mind. So I would look at App right there. It's curling through, looking nice. App Loving, and then ARM. We'll look at ARM real quick. And that one jumped way up, 24. I didn't even notice it went up that high. We were saying it was great, and there you go. Remember, I was saying it looked better than QCOM after QCOM even won the lawsuit, and now QCOM's going up to 170. But yeah, ARM flew, and so there you go with them bad boys. So yeah, thank you, Luis Rodriguez. But yeah, BULZ. Great today, and look for app tomorrow. APP looking great right there. And let's take a look at what's DXCM. I don't know what that is, but we'll look at it. DXCM. Oh, Dexcom. That's looking real good. They have earnings coming up on the 13th. They're a little while away. DXCM. And yeah, it's not looking bad to try to keep running up there. It did get through the support or the resistance made it a support, and now it's hitting that top line right there. So we'll take a look at that. They launched their first generative AI platform and glucose spot. Oh, there you go. So that's one of the medical companies right there. We'll have to write that. Oh yeah, medical devices. So yeah, I'm telling you, we'll get to make a list of these guys because they're going to be popping off all over the place and looking good. ARM we just did looking good. AEHL, isn't that Antelope or am I thinking of something else? AEHL. Yeah, it's Antelope. Look at that. I'm telling you, it's so bizarre. I can remember Antelope as AEHL. I can't remember anything else in life. I mean, it's just bizarre. And I guess it's a blessing after getting hit with a 10-ton jack that I can remember anything. But yeah, this is the only thing I can do. It's so crazy. Like, who would know what AEHL was Antelope? I mean, does anyone even know that? How do I know that? Um, Gee, it's so bizarre. Anyway, Antelope not looking bad down here. And yeah, it looks like it's getting set up to be honest with you. It's based out right there. It ran up the other day up to that 23. It's sitting at 16 and looks pretty good. It could run up again like an Antelope. I know the last time I said that, it did run up that day. So I don't know if it's running tomorrow, but it is getting set up. I don't think it looks bad right there for that Antelope for sure. So keep an eye on that Antelope. And let me see. APLD, let's look at applied real quick. See what that's up to. Oh, that's setting up really good. We've looked at that before. I told you I was in that one super, super early. APLD not looking bad. SLNH. I think we might have looked at this tonight. Yeah, Soluna or something. And that one was just pulling back there. It could get set up here. SLNH. Let it hit that bottom and we'll see what it's doing. And NEHC, I know we just had that recently. Isn't that new helium maybe? NEHC. What is it? NEHC. Yeah, new era helium. And this one did run up today. Let's see. NEHC. 420. Yeah, this one was at that 420 break, and we said it was ready to run, and it went up to 534, but it came down into the twos, 278. It closed at 291. So we'll have to see how that one looks tomorrow, right there. And there you go for them bad boys. Parabolic profit, it says. So there you go for that. And let's look at this ETF 500 day two adding dips. Humi Hunt was adding them. And yeah, he's up $710. And that was a little while ago. You're probably up even more. That was an hour ago. It went up even more since that. So there you go. And like I said, there's nothing much about the coin except for Zach Morris is following, and the dude just knows how to do it. He's done it a few times. That's all there is to it. And so boom. I'm definitely in. And if anybody doesn't know how to do it, I explained it a few times. Just reach out. And if you're interested, there you go. And where did we get it? We talked about that. Boom, boom. Let me just see. I'm trying to figure out. There's so many awesome comments that it's almost tough to tell what's going on. But I think we got to everybody's comments there, so that's good, I believe. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me cruise through and see what's going on with our SPY and our big caps, and then we'll see what's happening on the scanner and stuff. And obviously, let me know if you want to see anything else. And here we go with our SPY was up today over 606. Guess what? I think it broke a record 2 days after, like a day after Trump got in office. I was tired of people telling me, oh, yeah, well, it was record highs by Biden. It was record highs while Trump was in there, too. It's been record highs for every president. It's like, it just keeps going up. There's a look at the SPY. It just constantly goes up. That's all there is to it. It's not that, it's not rocket science. And, so yeah, it was up to its highs a day after Trump got in, so nobody could say, "Oh yeah, the market was its highest it ever was." And when Biden, because it's just been going up for every president. It did for Obama. It's done it for every one of them. Even when the market's a hellhole and the economy shit, the market still's going up. So I don't know what people were even talking about. But anyway, it did. It ran way up there. It looks like it wants to go up a little bit higher right here. So we'll see for tomorrow if it can keep that momentum. I think it can for one more day, but you're going to expect it to have to pull back, not a whole lot, but at least lose some of that crazy momentum there. So let's look at Apple because that's probably going to be a really good one, guys. It came up like $1.19 today, and it is way down there at 220. So good old AAPL. Yeah, it looks like it's way better. Today could be its bottom. I'd make sure tomorrow that 219 is its bottom. It's back to 223. I mean, that's just a quick little bounce right there. 219 to 223 is not even bad. But anyway, you can check this out because it should be bottoming out. It could take a little while to actually build a little base. So that's what I wanted to see. If it was trying to actually curl up and get moving right away, or if it wants to build a little base and then get moving. So I didn't want to jump right in if it wants to build that base. Amazon was up today, $4.30 and looking pretty good to get up to that 240 again. So keep an eye on that. And Google was up 40 cents. Remember, I was saying I didn't know if it was going to break through that MACD. I don't know if it still did. I was looking at it for like 10 times today, and I'm like, is this thing going to do something? Like, get there? It hit the MACD and stopped. So now I still don't even know. And, yeah, it's over to it's made its resistance and support, so that's really good. But it's still you can't really tell. So we'll look at it first thing tomorrow morning, like usual, and we'll be able to tell, obviously. But I really it could go either way, and that's Google right there. And obviously, if it pulls back, it isn't going to be the end of the world. And good old Meta was up 704, and it looks like I said, besides Zuck looking at Sanchez's boobs the other day. His stock wants to go up too. So I don't know what he has going on. The dude's a weird dude, but he's got something going on over here at Meta. I can promise you guys, the thing looks insane. I've been saying it for how long, and the thing just keeps getting better and better looking. So Meta just keeps setting up. Just watch for them dips down here. That bottom now is like 588 down there probably, and it's in like 622 range. So it is hitting some resistance up here. So just watch for any pullback. But again, Meta just looking crazy. And good old Microsoft. That was up $17. Remember, we were saying this one looked great. It's popped up there and looks good. And of course, that in the video is looking really good today. Up $6. Should continue to run up tomorrow. I don't see why it don't try to get to that 150. So good old Nvidia looking good. And them options were looking nice. Tesla down a little bit, like I said, and just kind of pulling back, setting up, and then we'll get rolling again with Tesla. AMC was down 9 cents. I was actually kind of surprised because it was looking really good this morning, and then it just kind of fell backwards. GameStop, that was what it do 26 to 28, and it's at 27.44. So yeah, GameStop was I don't even remember looking at it. I know I did, but yesterday was probably its bottom there. So GameStop's probably going to look a little better and try to start to curl up. And this Chewy, even on bad days, it's still up like 2 cents. I'm telling you, this thing is so good right now. It is just getting set up, CHWI, and it does look good. I have no idea what's going on, but it's got something happening. It's going to do something here. So just keep your eye on Chewy. So there you go. It's CHWI. And good old Netflix, like I said earlier, I'm kind of kick myself in the butt for not. When the chart looks that good, I guess you got to jump in even if the earnings are there. I don't like the earnings. It was at the bottom, curling up, and you should have just known that it was going to fly because the thing went nutty. It went over like $1,000 today. NFLX. It went 993 to 1,006, but yesterday it like jumped up big time from like 864 to 997. So it was moving like $100 there and over 100. And that is Netflix. It's at like 950 right now. So it did have a little pullback. We'll see how it looks. It's hitting that top line. We'll see if it wants to get in there tomorrow. And that's Netflix, NFLX, and AVGO is a good semiconductor one. It was run up there today. It looks like it might not make it through the old MACD line. So we're going to have to look. It doesn't, honestly. It looks like it could pull back right there. So we'll have to take a look at that. MU hitting some resistance right there. We'll see if that wants to get through tomorrow. Let me take a look. And that one could pull back. So be careful with these real quick. Could be something else popping up. And that's, again, what I was saying. We just got to pay attention to what's happening, what he's talking about. And that sector and that trend's going to pop. So TSM was up 450. I think it got back up to its all-time high at that 223, and it does look pretty good there. So we will keep an eye on that. But again, it's up at that all-time high. You generally don't want to be chasing them up there. We like to get them before they run up there, obviously. And SMCI, this one is looking really good, guys. I was telling you guys it was getting set up. It's going to hit some resistance here at 36.61. It's at 33.90. But it is looking pretty good right there. And AMD, this one was up too and looking much better. So keep an eye on AMD because it is looking a lot better. They have earnings coming up on February 4th. And it does look a little, like I said, does look better. I'm just looking at it in the after hours. It's right on that resistance. I have a feeling it wants to pop off there. And that's AMD. And QCOM we already looked at real quick, but it is popped up here at 170. It's up 297 today. They have earnings coming up, and it does look on the 5th, and it looks like it does want to try to get into the top there. So we'll see tomorrow. Intel, that was up a little bit. It was jumping around today, kind of flattened out, but that one looks like it really wants to kind of run up. So we'll keep an eye on that and just make sure it does want to. And good old PayPal here. Let's see what PayPal's up to. It's at 89.55 right around there, or 89.85 it says. And it just looks like it's kind of making a base right here. It's going to start curling back up, looking better for PayPal, PYPL. And let's look at Snow. That was up another 396 today, and we knew that was going to move. And Dell was looking really good, up 357. And I don't know if it's going to crawl through, though. It does look pretty good. Let me look at this in the after hours. Good old Dell. Yeah, it might not make it through the MACD tomorrow, so it was trying to. We'll see tomorrow, but it might not. And that is DELL, good old Dell right there. And let's take a look at PLTR, Palater, whatever you say. That one's curling up again. It wants to get back up over that $80. It's at 76. 76.84 right now, looking good. And obviously our Sophie, that one was down a little bit. It's hitting that top line and pulling back. Let's see if it actually does pull back or if it just had a healthy pullback today. You can't really tell. And good old Mara was up a little bit. And like I said, these things look like they want to get set back up. And that Riot was up a little bit. And that one's in between that channel, curling back up, looking much better. MSTR, that was down like $11, hitting that 50. But I think you're going to get set up right here and get booming. So we'll see if we'll see MSTR if that actually wants to pop up. And obviously, we'll keep an eye on crypto because it was kind of pulling back there. So maybe this will pull back. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll keep our eye on it for sure. CLSK, that one's clean spark, and it was up 18 cents and trying to curl back up. And Coinbase was up $1.66 and looks pretty decent, flattened out, and trying to set back up to run up again some more. DJT, this one did pull back some more there, and it is crossing down, so we'll see what DJT's up to right there. And like I said, it was going to get set up there, and it will. So we're just going to watch for this bottom, and it'll be a great opportunity for DJT. And that PHUN did run down a little bit, but let it come down to that four, set back up and get running. It'll be perfect. MTN, I think, took a big dip. Yeah, it came down like another $8. I don't know what the heck happened here, but it took a nice dip. Let it hit this bottom down here, and that could be a great opportunity to have Val Resorts. Did it say anything? A bull case theory. I have no idea. It just says they have an epic problem on the 17th. I don't know what their epic problem is. Let's see. Whatever. No big deal. But yeah, it did take a big dip. I didn't know why it did, but it did. And we'll see when it hits that bottom. It'll be a good opportunity. That's what we look for. So there you go with MTN, and then McDonald's was down a little bit. It is getting curled up, but it's not ready. MCD and Boeing was down a little bit, but not looking bad, trying to get curled up and cross through. Space was down a little bit, and another one trying to set up. IBM, this was down $1, and another one just crossed through, just sitting there getting set up. So tomorrow could be a little pullback. It's a little hard to tell. Disney was up 11 cents. It's curling up and getting set up there to run. And good old Oxy was down a little bit more. We'll see if they want to bounce off this MACD line. I was watching this today, and yeah, it did get under the 20 to the 50. So we'll see if it can stay there and bounce back up. It'll be a good one. And ExxonMobil was pulling back. It's probably coming back to this 20, and that is at about 108. It's in the 109s right now. So that's ExxonMobil, XOM. And let's say, yeah, it looks like it's going to pull back there. And Nike, that was looking good. It's up 87 cents and it's running. Like I said, Nike's getting cruising there, guys. And let's look at that DXYZ, that Destiny's Tech 100. And that's curling up and looking real good, up $4. So there you go with our big cappers and our Spy and our Mag 7 and all them good guys. And John Wong has a few he wants to look at. Let's see. The gas and oil plays, they are looking good. We can run through a couple real quick. I'll do it real fast. ExxonMobil, I'll pop in here. There's only like 20 of them, so I'll just pop up like BP, that's CGBS. What's one? Chevron CVX. What's E? We won't look at that one. EC. Let's just Imperial IMO. We'll just pick some random guys here and see what Shell's up to. SU is Suncor and TGS. I don't know. No, and we did ExxonMobil. So here we go. Look at a couple gas and oil and gas integrated ones. BP right here is just kind of pulling back into a channel, but gonna get set up. So not looking terrible for BP. I'm gonna look at it in the after hours on mine. Yeah, just kind of pulling back. It could actually cross through coming down, but it'll set back up. That CGBS, that Crown Holdings we've looked at, has run up. It is pulling back. So they are just pulling back right now. CVX Chevron is pulling back as well. They have earnings coming up on January 31st. It is just, like I said, just hit that top, pulling back at the moment. They don't look terrible in long term, but they're just pulling back. This IMO actually looks good. Imperial Oil, that thing's running up, should try to run up a little bit more. So you could take a look at that tomorrow. Shell's pulling back and coming back. We'll have to see when it hits this support line at 65 ish and see what it wants to do. SU. Pulling back right here. That Suncor Energy, that one is pulling back, kind of making a base. Maybe it'll just base out right here, but it does have that pullback look. And that's some oil and gas ones right there. And I'll look at some other ones too, like natural gas and stuff like that. But that's a little look at some of the gas plays right there. And yeah, they're just kind of pulling back at the moment. So that's what they look like. What else do we have going on here? Oh yeah, John Wong's list right here, LIDR. Let's take a look at LIDR. That's at AIAEYE. And this one's actually looking pretty good on that bottom. John Wong, LIDR. That one should be getting set up, guys. So keep an eye on this tomorrow. It is LIDR. It's looking pretty good right there. ORKT. Let's see that one. ORKT. Orange Cloud with a K technology. Nice dip, huh? Let's look and see. I don't think it wants to bounce right away, but let's look. It's It's probably going to make a little base down here, John Wong. It could curl up and just run off a little bit because it has that bounce look. I don't think it's going to bounce like crazy, but you could catch a little bounce on ORKT. And so just look for that. PMAX. I know we looked at this Pal Max before in the basement, just kind of curling there, not looking too bad. And that's PMAX. Yeah, not looking too bad down here. I think today could have been its bottom. I don't even know what just happened. What just happened there? Hold on. PMAX chart just went back to the last thing, and I didn't even do anything. But anyway, let's see. Do they have earnings? It doesn't say anything over here. I'm not exactly sure if they do or not coming up, but yeah, it could be trying to bottom out right there. PMAX, and then get cruising. MRSN. Mersana Therapeutics is way down there. This is like our laptop lowdown list right here. This one's going to get set up too, and it looks really good to get set up. I don't know if it's exactly ready yet, John Wong right here, but it does look good to get set up. I have to say that. And Captain CAPT, what's up, Captain Vision? Cap Division, something like that. And that one's at the bottom, and this one's starting to get that crazy setup look pulling back. So I might have to look at this Cap Division and see what they're up to, because that could be up to something right there. It doesn't say anything here, so yeah, I have to look at that one. And Newegg Commerce. Let's see. This one's going to be good. It just made that base right there, and it's starting to roll off the MACD and look better. It ran up today 41 to 43. It's at 43. I'd say NEGG looks pretty good right there, John Wong. I'd say that tries to run up there. And there you go, Zach. Let's see what else you guys want to see. Let me know. I'll run into the scanner, see what's going on real quick. And Project Stargate, yeah, that thing's gonna be crazy. So yeah, we're gonna definitely keep our eyes. Appreciate that. I'll look at that page you just put up, Joseph J. And actually, I'll retweet it for you guys so you can see it. And then, yeah, I'll check that out and look what's going on. And we'll look at that. And let's see, Ripple. We looked at these guys. Let me take a look and see what the scanner's looking like real quick. And let's take a look and see what's happening over here. IPA still up there. That BLBX went crazy, huh? You know what that was? Black box stocks. Is that what that's? Black box stocks. That's crazy. Nvidia's obviously moving the TNXP to RGTI. Rhyme setting up. We looked at it. Assist was up a little bit more. That ASST, that was a nice one. That was a good assist. Hey, Clue, CLEU. This one's a Chinese one. This one's going to run up in the top, guys. Look at this bad boy tomorrow. It ran up today, and it'll probably run up some more tomorrow right there for Clue, CLEU. So that could be a great momentum play for you guys tomorrow. Keep an eye on it. We looked at all the quantum ones. CRKN maybe bounce back. LCID was bouncing down a little bit. And this AKON we were looking at, plug came down. CDT down a little bit. Let me see. Ford was just kind of down a little bit. It was trying to set up before. NU is looking pretty good. What's that? New Holdings not looking too bad. American Airlines trying to get rolling up here, huh? What's up with these airlines? Eh, I wouldn't mess with them. They're up at the top right there. I'd let them get set back up real quick for the airlines. GCTK not looking bad. And let's see, that STAI was looking good. I know that. POAI, that one ran up. And let's see, Oracle was way up. Let me see what else is happening over here with the volume. If anything else jumps out at me, again, that BLBX. And let me take a quick look. Oh, yeah, that clue's right there. HEPA, HEPA. Look, I'll watch that to see if it wants to bounce. I'm not so sure it will. NTRB could be another one for a momentum play right here. NTRB Nutraband. And that one's in the top, and that one could run up some more tomorrow, so keep an eye on that. And let's look at anything else. I don't really see anything else right here. Just scrolling through, looking around. 3, 6, 9 charts there, 12 here. And yeah, I don't really see anything too crazy. WAVS, we might want to look at that one. It took a nice dip today, hitting that bottom. So Western Acquisition Ventures, it's a shell company, and I can look at that. So that's about it right there, guys. I would say I knocked out everything that we were looking at, and we covered it all: our crypto, our big caps, our SPY. And we did our lists and everything else, our laptop travel list, our Jolie's jams, and checked out the messages. I'll look at let me take a quick peek at StockTwits, tell you what's going on over there real fast. And let's see what's happening here. ASTS looks like it's down. Let's see. ASTS, AST Space Mobile. Oh, that thing looks like it's getting ready to set up or something. I don't know. Something's going on there. ASTS. Oh, yeah. It did take a big dip in the after hours. It don't show it on FinViz. Well, it says 1937 again, but the chart's at 2249. This is exactly what I was pointing out to him yesterday when I had my call with him. Yeah, I don't look at the prices. I just look at that chart for 3 seconds. It throws me off whenever it does that. So yeah, it did pull back pretty big. We'll have to look at that. GameStop says it's up, and that Celius something CELH, I forget, Celius Holdings. This thing's gonna get set up. Let that pull back, guys. That's a good dip right there. Let it pull back. Arms up. BLBX. Let's look at that. That's Unity Software. Oh, that one looks good, guys. Keep an eye on this Unity Software is looking pretty hefty right there. It's going to be popping tomorrow. So check out that one. It's up a little bit. ZETA looks like it's down. Let me see. ZETA. Um, it's not too bad. It's just in that channel. I don't even know what it's up to. Let me see here. ZETA. Zeta Global Holdings, and it's not looking terrible. It looks like it's trying to make a base. I don't know. Microsoft's up, and that's CRSP, and that's CRISPR Therapeutics. They were talking about this today on the small cap show, and it did run up pretty nice. It might keep some momentum right there. CRSP. And I think if they were saying RFK was involved in this thing and had to sell it or something, I think that's what they said. I might be mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I thought that's what they said with that bad boy. So it could run up a little bit more. That's CRSP. And Roaring Kitty just hinted at Unity Software in his latest post today. Second time he has hinted at Unity. So Joseph J, thank you very much. We will definitely keep an eye on it. We just looked at that bad boy, and I guess that's why it's trending up there on StockTwits and looking pretty damn good. So we will definitely keep an eye on that one for sure. And there you go, guys. I'd say we got everything. Looked at all that. Let me see what the news stories are here. Elon Musk has his doubts about Stargate. Here's why he might be right. That was funny when he said they might not have the money. Asian stocks rise as China pushes insurers to buy. And Asia shares helped by China uplift. Trump's tariff plans hang in the air. And why Trump is laser focused on tariffs for Canada. So there you go, everybody. NASDAQ leads gains. Netflix stock jumps like crazy. And we'll be looking at everything like we always do. So there you go, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. Obviously, that was a nice little market show. And, we'll be back at 7 a.m. for our pre-market, and we'll do our Joey's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns, look at crypto, see how that looks for tomorrow morning, and our SPY, our big caps, and make sure everything wants to be popping. So thank you, Laptop Travel. Greatly appreciate it. MS, John Wong, Jay Kratz, Luis Rodriguez, the Rabbit Vole. Who is that? Sincere Doge. There you go. And there's so many new people. It's awesome. Kufasa, I think, Doge Mama, Brong, Prechan Sanai. Is that Lance is there? How you doing, Lance? Eric, Tesserine, Zach, Bruce, Sean, Randy, Danielle, Alicia, so many people. I greatly appreciate all the new people tuning in and all the Zach Morris fan club too, because I know a lot of you guys are coming in because we did the show, and I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. And again, let me know if you guys want to look at anything in the morning. We go through it all. And obviously that WTF 500 is just flying right now, guys. My buddy's just texting me saying it just keeps going up. He can't believe it. So make sure you check that bad boy out. And if you have any questions, let us know. And again, there's nothing crazy about the coin besides it's Zach Morris's, and he has a crazy following. So that's all you really need to know. And that's all I know, and that's all I believe in. So there you go for that. Doge Mama, you are welcome. Have a great night, everybody. And like I said, I will see you guys at 7 in the morning. So have a good night, and I'll catch you guys then.